barely begins to tell the story. 5-minute mark of overtime, an absolute dime. 46 yards, Caleb Williams to DJ Moore. Short-handed on both sides of this matchup, but it's the original wide receiver one for the Bears.
Great catch by
Making
DJ.
a heck of a play on a heck of a ball.
JJ, what you said? Go DJ? That's your DJ?
That is, in fact, my DJ. The Bears with this win, 11-4. The Packers fall to 9-5-1. Inside track for the NFC North, and what
boy.
seed in Chicago
Man.
in year one of Ben Johnson. Back in studio with the fellas, and that 2 versus 7 would give us another look at what we just saw, Bears versus Packers.
Wow.
Everybody's got a lot of work still out in front of them. We do as well as we assess this playoff picture. I regret to ask you a question as broad as what does this win mean for Chicago, because it quite literally means everything in every way. But moving forward with this victory, how does it play into the grand scheme of the playoffs?
This is huge for Chicago because when you talk about the traffic jam of wild card teams right now, you don't have any room for error. That's why this game was so important for the Green Bay Packers. Of course, with all the injuries, we don't know exactly where they will be next week against the Baltimore Ravens with health. But with them losing this ball game, now they're in a traffic jam of competitive teams, a la the Detroit Lions. You know what I mean? So for Chicago, you get an opportunity to take a big sigh of relief because, yes, we won a ball game, but we kind of got out of that window of being in the hunt right now. Because if you win your division, that's the most important way to guarantee your seat into the tournament. So if you're the if you're the Green Bay Packers, you got to win, but potentially you need some help also, because what happens if you lose another ball game? Yep. So this is a very, very important stretch, not just for the Green Bay Packers, not just for the Detroit Lions, but for the Chicago Bears as well, because they are a part of one of the competitive divisions in the NFC, along with the NFC West. Yeah. So even though Chicago won today, percentage-wise, they improved their chances to win the division, but it's not locked up yet. Anything can happen, and you look at their schedule the rest of the way. You got San Francisco next week, who's been playing some inspired football. I'm all here for it because I love seeing meaningful football in weeks 17 and 18. It makes all of us watch, even though we're going to watch anyway. But now you know there's a lot at stake because anything can happen.
JJ, let's zoom out on this amazing 60-plus minutes of football that we saw and just look at it when you're going to take stock of what Chicago has done this year. A couple weeks ago it was haven't really beaten anybody. They're winning the games they should. Then they take care of
Philly on Black Friday.
On a standalone Black Friday, a non-traditional week. They get ready, they execute there as good as we've seen them. They take care of a game last week where they could have played down to their competition in Cleveland. Now they have a Packer win on their ledger as well. What internally is this team going to be feeling moving forward, knowing whatever you throw at them in that tournament, potentially, if they do make it, that they can take care of the NFC?
Yeah, you know the internet meme where the Grim Reaper is going door to door and you kind of like put logos on each door? That is what the Chicago Bears have done, where you tell them, okay, we're going to go to the next door. And last year, what was behind those doors defeated the Chicago Bears at every single turn when they went, 2 months without winning a game after that Hail Mary against the Washington Commanders. That's not the Bears anymore. What was really important for me was seeing the Bears at home in the weather, in the elements, go out and get that victory. Because we've talked about how this was the most important game at Soldier Field for the Bears since the double doink, right? I mean, more or less. And well, what did you do? You went out there and you had a great special teams day in the win. You had a quarterback who could throw through the wind to DJ Moore for the game-winning touchdown. You have a wide receiver who can catch the pass, and oh yeah, you are going to get healthier. Luther Burden and Roma Dunze will be available in the coming weeks, and so for all of those things, the Chicago Bears do have to enjoy these 24 hours. But the job is not finished, and I know that they know that the job's not finished because they do this on their first down signal. That's Kobe Bryant. Job's not yet finished, but they know that they can go toe-to-toe with anyone. And if they didn't know it in week 4 and week 6, and later on, they certainly found it out tonight.
This long tortured fan base, I think, is starting to feel that as well. You know, it's the fatalist approach in Chicago, especially against Green Bay, that Murphy's Law, if it can, it will. Well, things are going right now, and they got to be enjoying that in the Windy City. It was windy on this night. Let's get to the Green Bay side of the equation, playoff-wise, the road ahead. Versus Baltimore at Minnesota. JJ, you made an astute point about what Week 17 means and maybe doesn't mean in terms of the playoff picture, what sort of test they'll get in the Ravens.
So, first of all, the Green Bay Packers, we don't know the health of Jordan Love, his status for Week 17. He's going to have 7 days rest because they play on a Saturday. He can come out of concussion protocol within a week. We will see. We'll see how the week plays out. What is going to be very interesting is their opponent in the Ravens. You say, wow, they're in a battle with BMAC's Steelers for the AFC North. But if the Steelers lose to the Lions, and if Baltimore this week, and if Baltimore beats the New England Patriots, Week 17 does not matter for the Steelers and Ravens. Does not matter. You can roll the ball out there with your practice squad. You can forfeit. It does not matter. Lamar Jackson could get a rest. I don't know that the Ravens would do that because they're not looking ahead to the next week. But the Green Bay Packers could very well get a Ravens team that isn't concerned about winning and losing in that week. All that said, while we just witnessed a playoff game between these two teams, the playoffs are absolutely no guarantee for the Green Bay Packers. We have seen a number of injuries there. The attrition can begin to build. Teams like the San Francisco 49ers, they had their injuries earlier in the year, and they figured it out, right? They're going to the playoffs. The Packers right now, at the one game after losing Micah Parsons, they're 0-1. Without Jordan Love, and I know he started this game, 0-1, right, with Malik Willis. The wide receivers continue to get banged up. How are they going to respond these final 2 weeks of the season? I don't know.
Mac, we talked coming into this game about how the absence of Micah Parsons and some of those other pieces would put the weight on Jordan Love's shoulders. How does the absence of all of these pieces, even if you get Jordan Love back, put the weight on LaFleur's shoulders in terms of the leadership there? He showed it time and again that he is the guy, that he has the answers, even in the midst of this game. That should be a buoying factor for Green Bay.
It should be, and if that was to be the case, they should be okay. Because I go back to what we saw last year when Jordan Love missed some time with that injury. In comes Malik Willis, and we all felt like, well, the ship may sink.
Because we saw him in Tennessee.
And you have it. But different coaching provides different results. And we saw different results from Malik Willis in that stint when he was starting for Jordan Love, and he kept things afloat. So if that was to be the case now, and we're just talking hypothetical,
right,
they will be okay because Matt LaFleur is a really, really good coach. He coached his behind off tonight when Jordan Love unexpectedly left the ball game, and now in comes Malik Willis, and we didn't know exactly what to expect, and Malik Willis was comfortable because he was well prepared, right? Even with Josh Jacobs not in the lineup. We've seen what they've done in running the football. In the midst of all the wide receivers and pass catchers that have missed time, they still found ways to be successful. Remember, they're missing Tucker Kraft, who was having a career-like season before his
pass catcher.
Yes, so they've shown the ability to weather the storm with whoever is missing time. I'm just a little more concerned about the defense. That's the thing for me. Because, yes, their defense played winning football, but they got a little tired. They got a little fatigue in the fourth quarter. And what did we see? We started to see the running game for Chicago lean on the Green Bay Packers. And that jump-started their efforts to come from behind in overtime to win that ball game. So I trust Matt LaFleur if he is to be without some of his key contributors on the offensive side. They have a game plan in place, especially through preparation. But because of the loss today, if you're the Detroit Lions, you're smiling. Now you're a little more eager to get ready to go to battle tomorrow because you see what happened today. Chicago gave you hope. And if you're the Green Bay Packers, now you said, to your point, great nuggets about what that week could mean for Baltimore. But still, for Green Bay, you're like, we had it.
Had it.
When you have a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter,
Gotta win it.
You gotta win those ball games.
Got to get it to zeros. They don't in this case. That is but a peek into your playoff picture here in the NFC. Coming up on Sunday, these two gentlemen in studio all day long. At the end of the night, full playoff picture, always going up on YouTube as well. Max,
That's how they do it.
Bye.